The Labour leader Keir Starmer is going to be investigated by the police in Durham over breaking the lockdown rules, and we talk about why this matters. Hello again, everybody. It's the final news update of the evening. I promise you, I'm going to go back and actually enjoy my so-called holiday in Spain. Thanks again for all the nice messages. I am going to enjoy my holiday, but we have to continue to work because the mainstream media are still, especially the last couple of days, been posting a lot of nonsensical stories, and we have to counter it. Specifically, the Labour Party. Let's talk about this photo. You've seen this picture. This Keir Starmer with his Labour friends, and clearly, I'm guessing they're friends. I don't even know what's going on in the Labour Party these days, who's friends and who's not. Drinking beer, having food, having a great time during lockdown, while at the same time, and a lot of you guys and a lot of us couldn't visit our grandparents in care homes. We couldn't see a lot of our relatives, and we had to stay at home, and everybody followed the rules and all that, right? And then Boris Johnson and Downing Street broke the rules themselves, had Friday drinks, work drinks, and they were fined by the police. Starmer and the Labour Party said, yes, this is outrageous. They had cake. Prime Minister had a birthday. Oh no. And suitcase with booze. Well, this backfired a little bit because we have talked about this story and this photo, and Starmer in the past has said that no, didn't happen, didn't break the rules. We've even had, and I'm going to talk about what's happening with the police, the latest update from the police in Durham, by the way. But we even had some Labour nutters actually come in and say, this image is not real, it's Photoshop. Yeah, I mean, whoever did this on Photoshop has really, really good skills. We now have the actual video footage from this party as well, from the outside, the image that we have. In case you haven't seen the clip, this is the video. Now, this is what I call an amazing Photoshop skills. Whoever is good at computers, they did a very good job at Photoshop. It's deep fake video, right? It's not. It's a real video. Even Starmer said, yeah, we were working and someone brought food, so we just decided to have food for 10 minutes. And during that 10 minutes, they decided to have beer and drinks. I don't know what's happening there. But the police initially said that we're going to review the investigation. We're going to basically investigate the investigation into this issue. They sent a letter to Richard Holden, the Tory MP. The Durham police, the deputy chief constable, said to Holden, thank you for your recent letter regarding Sir Keir Starmer MP. I acknowledge that I received it. Well done. Thank you. Great job. The chief constable has asked me to respond to the matters you raise in your letter and also to consider the matters you raise under the Freedom of Information Act. I will make inquiries with the investigation team and will update you all to the point at which I have been able to conclude those inquiries. This was the initial matter, and now we are hearing that they are going to be actually dig into this whole matter and investigate it properly. We'll see exactly how it ends, by the way, but the latest update is that police are to consider the claims, finally, that Keir Starmer broke the rules, the lockdown rules, in 2021, as a probe launched into why the police officers, let Labour leader off last year. Similar thing happened to Boris. You remember a few months ago when Cressida Dick and her team came and said, well, it's something that happened in the past. The police don't really look at historic cases, even though it was 10 minutes ago. I mean, tell that to the victims of Jimmy Savile. So, I mean, if any historic case it's already been done. If that were the case, then why was it that the Met Police decided to actually reinvestigate Boris Johnson and Downing Street and find them? That happened. They initially said they're not going to do it, but then they did it because of the pressure, media pressure. Now, if they had said last year, 2021, that same thing, we're not going to investigate Starmer, why? And now they're going to be under pressure to actually do it. The reason I say this matters is because we can finally move on from this sort of nonsensical debate, because we have already been outraged, right, as people, but we also have different priorities. We want to actually talk about the real problems in the country as well. And the real problem is not just including cost of living crisis and energy security and everything else like that, or how Brexit Britain is still being completely destroyed over fisheries and the Northern Ireland Protocol. Priorities do also include lack of leadership, which comes in with Starmer having beer and Boris Johnson having beer, as in the way they have completely disrespected the nation. These are the priorities. Though I think the reason this matters is that if Starmer gets into trouble, then at least he will stop talking about, right now, overplaying his hand to keep bringing up cake and alcohol in Downing Street, and Boris Johnson and Downing Street having parties. Then finally we might be able to potentially have a proper opposition opposing the government. Yeah, wishful thinking. What was I thinking when I said this? Nope, not going to happen, right? Not going to happen. It's just going to be Punch and Judy every single day. Nothing's going to change. And we're just going to sit here as voters and just complain. It's okay, because the local election's coming up. And that's going to be problematic for both of them. The Tory party and Boris Johnson, the way things are going, they're not going to perform. So the Tory party have to do something about party leadership. Starmer, the actual really proper Labour members and actual activists, they know that a tiny bit of victory is not enough. They either have to destroy the Conservatives or it's not enough. And the Labour Party also need to learn to reform their own party. Thanks again, guys, for all the comments, for all the nice messages you send me. I promise, I'm now going to go enjoy my holiday until tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to go have some dinner. And thanks again for all the emails, by the way, because we're going to come back with and continue to disrupt the segment that we've introduced to talk about the Ukraine brief to counter the narrative of the mainstream media. We're going to bring that back in the next couple of days. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.